Next, I will show you what the bottom of a normal garden tree look like. This tree was a tall landscaping tree, was too far gone for bonsai. And there was a little shoot in the bottom. In fact, you can see I broke it purposely. Now it's very rigid so that it goes out. It heals very quickly so that I have a small bonsai instead of a tall one with the leaves up on top. In the meantime, I cut it, so it created a turn naturally. I didn't wire it at all. And it looks very, very pleasant. And so now I will work on it to show you what the bottom of the roots of a nursery can tree look like, and then what I would do to prepare for better bonsai. So again, let me take it out of the pot. This is easier. A couple of things I've always emphasized, which is the Covey's principle of being a successful person or project management. One is always to begin with the end in mind. I'm not worrying about the stub or this stub because I can carve it to make it look really natural to suit the tree. But what's most important to me is this curve. And so I imagine this tree to be about this tall in a pot about this size. And the trunk here would be about this size in about 3 to 5 years. And it'll be a really nice tree because it'll be leafing out. It's not instant bonsai. If you want an instant bonsai, you gotta go buy an expensive one. But if you spend 5 years, you get a pretty nice tree. So here, let me show you what the roots look like and why we do what we do in the repotting or in the soil mix. So you can see this soil is actually very clayey, but pine is okay. It needs a lot of air, but it can also withstand, it can create its own air pocket by aggressive root growth. So in fact, I'll throw it on the ground to shake off the dirt. It's very forgiving. Well, one of the things that bonsai teaches me is patience. Visualize what the tree wants to become, and you get it there over time. In this case, you can see a lot of roots, very long, and some of them, and also some fibrous roots all around. And so I don't want to cut off all of them because that makes it very risky. But neither do I want these long ones. So maybe I'll cut off the long roots over time. So for example, this was cut last time and the shoots, little fibrous roots come out of here. So I will not kill the tree if I cut off, let's say, half of the big long shoots. And that's why you need to repot it, because in a pot, the long shoots starting to curve and round and becomes like a rock solid because they fuse together. Today then I'm gonna cut off some of it, like this guy, this roots would look nice if there's some small roots shooting out here, then it's part of the tree coming out. So I'll cut it here, right? So that's a long root. It's sucking up energy here. It's kind of not what I want it to be in a pot. And this one I'm hesitating because it has nice fibrous roots. Oh, okay. I would keep this one to keep this fibrous roots, but I would cut off this one here and save these roots, this root. It turns out there's a little fibrous root here. So it's really nice to cut it right here. Then it may shoot out here, and then you have lots of roots. And that's not gonna hurt the tree much. It will slow down the growth some, but it's fine. Yeah, you know, something's gotta give. Now there are a lot of roots down here. Like this one, there's some here, but there's also a little fiber roots here. So if I cut off, this root will lift and it looks nice coming out. And these, I think I'll just leave it alone for now. Leave it for the future. So you can see, this is an interesting discussion here. You can see this root is going this way, which is not what you want it to be. You want it to be radiating out. So I actually cut this root. Whatever happens, it will stop growing. And then you see these roots are feeding the tree very nicely, but they're too far down. And I'd rather have a shallow pot someday. So I'll let it go because now to save the tree. But next time I will take a chainsaw and cut it off right here so that the tree can fit into a shallow pot. So with that then, I'm done with this tree for now. And I'll revisit it a year from now or 6 months from now, let's see, in the fall. And do it again, repeat the process. In the meantime, I will try to bend these a little bit, like this one come down, this one come down to make it look nice. So in 5 years, this will be a fabulous tree. You know, it doesn't happen instantaneously. So that's what I do to all my trees. Every tree is unique because it's capitalizing on its own growth. It's not artificially bent to fit my taste, but it's let nature take itself and then I modify it to make it look pleasant. The philosophy is very different. So with that in mind, then I'll put it back in the same pot. There's nothing wrong with it. You know, the soil proven to work. Not the best, but you know, it works. And I'll put it back and wait. So visit me 6 months from now. I'll show you how much it's grown and what I will do next.